Hi, today we're looking at this LeetCode medium problem 180. Insert, delete, GetRandom O1. Implement a randomized set class. Um, randomized set initializes a random set objects. Bool insert insert value, insert an item value into the set. If not present, return true. If the item was not present, otherwise false. Otherwise. Bool remove int value, remove an item value from the set if present. Return true if the item was present, false otherwise. Get a uh, random element from the current set of elements. It's guaranteed that at least one element exists when this method is called. Each element must have the same probability of being returned. You must implement uh, the function of the class such that each function works on average or one of time complexity. So there's an example here. So randomized set, because nothing in it returns blank. Insert 1 returns 2, remove 2 return false, 2 is not there. Insert 2 return 2 randomized. Get 2 there, and then remove 1 true. Insert 2, 2 is already there, and randomize we get 2. So basically, I mean, we can kind of implement this using a list. So basically, if we have a list of objects and we have the index here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So if we look at this, so randomize. So if you look at the explanation here, uh, uh, we're going to have to so randomize basically initially it'll be null. If we insert 1, it'll be just inserted here. Then we can basically remove 2, 2 is not there. Insert 2, 2 gets here. Then we have randomize. It'll get 1 or 2. Have to remove 1. And now the problem with this approach, basically we can have a list of int vals, and we say vals is equal to new list of int, and basically we can store the values in that. And the problem with this one is the value the methods are taking the values there, not the index. So we're in a bit of trouble in that sense. So what we can do is we can specify a kind of a mapping, like, and we can use a dictionary to go with it, and you can say, oh, value 1 is at index 0, value 2 is at index 1. So if we have 4 here, we say 4 is at index 2, and so on. If we say 5 and 7, so we have 5 is at 3, and 7 is at 4. So this way, when we get the value, when we get this call, remove a set, insert a set, we check the dictionary, and based on that dictionary, we can say, okay, this is the value we have because we have the index for it. So to go with the list, we can also use dictionary, because the thing is, this is requires O1. We could, if even if we get like insert one, we could loop over it, but that just kind of, it wouldn't be an O1 time complexity. So to get that, we'll have to use a, a dictionary. Let's just call it a map, and the dictionary is going to be an int with int, and let's say map is equal to new uh, just new dictionary. To get a random value, we can basically say something like return new random, and I think the method is next uh, next, and we can give the length or the count of elements in it. So I could just name this as int n. So this is the easiest thing to do is basically, and we just return vals and the value of n. So what we're doing is we're giving it n. So the count is 4. So the random is going to be between 0 and 4, and return whatever the value is there. So sorry, the count is 5 there. So that's going to be 1 to 5. Now to implement insert, basically, what we have to do, we have to check if the value is there. So we could use like I say, if the item is in the dictionary with map dot contains key, and the key is value, we would say uh, return false, because if the item is already there, we don't need to add it anyway. Uh, otherwise, what we can do is we could do vals dot add. So we add the value in the. So let's say we're adding 8. We add it there, and then to update our mapping, what we have to do is say map, and the value is the key value here, and then we just say vals dot count. So basically, we'll say, okay, the key goes here, and the key is going to be 8, and whatever whatever the item value in the index I get is going to be the next one. So in this case, it's 5. Um, or maybe this should. I think we should do it after, because we're going to be off by 1 in that case, and then we just return true. Remove is going to be somewhat similar. We're just going to say remove the value if the value is uh, true, if the value was present. So if it wasn't there, we say, okay, we can't remove it, we return false. Otherwise, you have to remove it. Now for this one, let's say, for example, we want to remove 4. So what we'll do is we'll have to come here to this point, and we'll have to find the index. That's going to be 2, and we have to remove this. So based on, so we have to find this and have to remove this out. Now the problem with this approach is we can't just go in and remove the item from the list. It'll have to reorganize and everything, and it's just going to be too expensive. So the bit of hack for this one is we get the index, and we swap the last value uh, with the uh, one that was there. So we swap that, and then what we do is we swap the index value here. We update the index value here, and then we could just get rid of this value, and we could just get rid of this value altogether. And our list is fine, and our dictionary is fine as well. So what we need to do is basically the first step is we have to get the index for it. So if I kind of uh, redo that is uh, so the first thing we have to do, we get the index of it. So we say var index is equal to val map uh, key, which is going to be the value. So we get the index, and then we have to say var last value, which is going to be vals uh, so count -1. So we get the last value from there. So basically, what we've done is we've taken the index for this one, and we've got the value this one, and then what we do is uh, we can basically say vals for that index. We're going to uh, swap the value and set the last value over there. So what we've done is basically swap the values there, and then once that is done, we could just basically get rid of the the last value. We can say vals dot uh, remove that, and let's capital, and again we'll say uh, vals dot count -1, and then so we'll uh, so once we have that, when we have to swap the indexes as well. Uh, so we could do that. I think we'll have to do that before. So we'll say map dot last value, which is going to be the key, and we'll just say that's the index value. So we've basically swapped the index there, and then we remove this one, and then we have to say map uh, dot uh, remove, and we have to remove the value and just return true. So we go through all these steps, and then basically we remove the last one, and our mapping should be fine. Uh, let's just on this to see if there are any typos in this thing. I expected line 4, and here line 30. This one, let's see now. So we've got the correct results. Let's just submit this and see if we get any other errors, and we're able to solve it.